Hello, scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. So this is kind of a continuation on places to find free silver while scrapping. And today I am just focusing on circuit breakers and relay boxes that you can find on circuit boards, as well as some that you can actually find in other parts of appliances and electronics. The nice thing about silver is it is anywhere and everywhere. It's used in almost all appliances and electronics. It is a great precious metal that continues to go up. And before you scrap these items, particularly relay boxes and circuit breakers, you do want to check if they work, because if they work, you actually can sell them online for probably more money than they are worth in silver. But like this one, if it doesn't work, it's a great place to have silver. And if you are the type that is just looking for that precious metal, it's a great place to look, as well as the circuit board. So that is an option. But I'm going to open this up because it doesn't work. And for this video, I am going to open this circuit breaker up because one of my subscribers asked if I could help them identify them. And I'm happy to do that. So I'm going to first focus on the circuit breaker. The nice thing about this circuit breaker, as you can see, there are a couple copper wires that go to it. Really nice copper. This is going to, as is, go just the copper wire into my 60% copper recovery, which is currently $1.81 a pound. But because I have a stripper, I actually am going to take the coating off that. And as you can see inside of that, that is a very nice bare bright look. So this actually, with the coating off, is going to be worth $4.55 a pound. So I am going to make sure I take that off. In order to get to this circuit breaker, I do have to remove the back panel. There's a couple screws. So I have gotten those started. Okay, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. And I do not get a lot of these. This I actually just happened to find by accident. Which was great, and it doesn't work. It was already been tested, but I do want to use this for this video because there is silver inside of these, and I have had a lot of views on my other video where you can find silver, so I definitely want to continue with that series. So as you can see in the back, that is removed. I just have to take these two plastic plates off. That comes off. That comes off, and I'm actually going to reveal a piece of steel. If I put a magnet to it, it does stick. So this is actually going to go into my steel pile. There is no other metals on there. Okay, there is, right here, this is actually a spool of copper. There's tape on it, but if I open that up, which I will do in a minute, there is going to be copper in there. And I'm trying to figure out how this opens. I might have to do... Oh, there we go. So just if I actually cut this, so let me see if I can do that. It's just a plastic top, I want to reveal, as you can see inside, there is some nice spool of copper. And very easy, just pull the top off. This is actually a very nice, fine bit of copper here, as you can see. This, even though it looks bare bright, I do want to say this is actually going to go into number 2 copper, because copper, in order to be classified as bare bright, it has to be thicker than 16 gauge, which is the thickness of the lead of a pencil. And as you can see, the difference between this and this is thicker than the pencil lead. This is not. So even though the same color, this is not bare bright. This is number 2. So currently number 2 copper is going for $4.05, and not to be discouraged because it all adds up. It's nice, easy to compact together. I put it in a bag and I will bring it in together, but really nice copper there, spool. As well, the prongs here, you do want to check them. Sometimes they are brass, but it is magnetic, so these are actually going to be steel. So that's going to go in the steel as well. Okay, I'm going to hopefully... I'm going to try, see if I can kind of smash this out. I'm going to actually do it quickly because it doesn't work. So just to speed it up, there are ways, there are screws here. I am actually going to hopefully get these screws out. I am not an electrician. Unfortunately, my brother is. I'm sure my brother's watching this right now saying you're doing it wrong. Shout out to Brandon, my brother, very talented electrician. I do not know how to do any of that stuff. However, I do know scrap material and where to find it. So that's a good thing on my end. I leave the electrical work to him. So here we go. So there's my two pieces of what will be number bare bright copper, but as is, it is 60% copper recovery. And I can feel this is a lot more flimsy now. The buttons here, the reset buttons, I'm just gonna actually open it up using a hammer. Try this. There we go. Okay, it's opening. So, some more steel. Okay, there's another piece of steel that's gonna go in my steel pile. Okay, I'm gonna break this plastic. All right, so you're gonna start seeing now the good stuff. And as you can see, there is one of the really nice prongs. Look how nice that silver contact is. And if I put it sideways, which I'm doing there, try and focus it, it usually has on the base there that is copper, but the top is a nice pure dab of silver. Okay, so look at that stuff, it's really nice. And I have two of them on this one. Okay, I'm gonna keep going here. And again, I'm just gonna keep with my smash method, which works. I'm sure there's a screw somewhere, but this works. All right, so here is another silver contact right here. I'm just gonna pull that up for you. Oh, there you go. So there is another one. Look at that, there's another one. Boy, this plastic is hard. Which is okay, because for the silver inside of these, it is worth my time. Okay, there is another one. And the nice thing is with this too is you are not going to, if I put this into nitric acid, which I hopefully eventually am going to do, the nice thing is the silver is what stays, the copper, brass, that will melt into liquid form. But in order to make it easier and quicker to dissolve, what I will do is I will actually cut off the tip. I will just put this as close to the silver contact as possible. And the rest of this is actually going to go into clean brass. Currently, brass right now is at $2.85. Here's another two. And again, as I said, unfortunately, I would have loved to have had a whole box of these, but I only found one. But there's another one. And last one here. Screwdriver, pop it underneath. Lot of smashy smashy here. Just trying to get to it here. Easiest way. Okay, and you get the hint. Try to bend this out this way instead. There we go. There. So, just in that circuit breaker, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 silver contacts. So there's a beautiful piece of silver on that. Some brass. I have some steel. Okay, and obviously some plastic. It took me about 3 minutes to break that apart. Definitely want to make sure you wear safety glasses, but definitely a great place to find silver, and some brass as well. So that's great for that. Next one, very simple, I want to do is the relay box right here. Relay boxes are easy to find because they are black, white, they're on circuit boards. Sometimes, if you see here, they do have some copper tops to them, or copper prongs. They are the harder plastic, and they are usually bigger. There are some, when you peel them off, unfortunately on the bottom it looks like there's like a tape roll or something. Those are not relay boxes, okay? These ones are more harder plastic, but they do come in different sizes. As you can see, that's a box. There's 2 here, 2 here, and this big one. And I'm actually gonna focus on this big one right here, okay? And there also are some that come like this. You will find these on vacuum cleaners sometimes, but more so you will find them on microwaves, on the connected to the cord. So these will also have silver contacts in them. These ones, very simple to take off. All I'm gonna do is take a screwdriver. I'm actually just gonna bend it in there. They are connected to the circuit boards, just with a couple small, thin prongs, okay? And easy way to identify that is if I turn this over, which I'm doing right there, that is, as you can see, a plastic bottom. And the plastic bottom is connected right there with a seal. All I'm gonna do is actually take a hammer. I'm just gonna open that. Very simple. Both sides. Okay, and now what's gonna happen is this is actually going to hopefully just slide right out once I break the seal. There we go. Okay, so now you can see on the bottom a couple things. The first thing you're gonna see is you're gonna see some metal in there, and the metal is actually connected to a spool of copper. You're also going to see a couple copper parts there, and that is where the silver contacts are gonna be. So I'm just gonna open this up further. I'm just gonna break it, the plastic, which I'm doing right now. Okay, and as you can see, as promised, there is my spool of copper, and that's very easy to take off. And that will also go into my number 2 copper. But the prongs here, if I bend them, as you can see, there is a silver contact, and there is a silver contact. So again, it's just a little bit of silver, but it definitely adds up. It's gonna go into a container, and one day I am gonna hit it with nitric acid. The rest of this is copper, so this will go into my copper pile. As well, this, very simple to take the spool of copper off. All I'm gonna do is actually take a pair of pliers. I'm just gonna cut the top. So crimp that. Actually pops right off once you do that. So that piece was a metal. There is my top. And as you can see, there's some more copper. Okay, I just roll that up as well. These ones, same idea. As you can see, there's a click button to it. They do have a seal. I'm just gonna open that up again with a hammer. It's amazing what you can do with a hammer and some tools. There we go. So there is opened on the side. If I was to slide this out, which I'm hoping you were able to slide out, there it is. So inside here, there is the piece. If I turn it over, there is the silver contact, okay? And some pieces of silver that comes with it. A couple pieces of copper. So I'm gonna try and tilt this up to the camera here. As you can see, there's a piece of copper that comes with it. There is my silver contact. okay? And I'm thinking this one, if I put it to a magnet, this is going to be brass as well. So there's some brass, some copper, and some silver in there. So these are great, but as you can see, the bigger relay boxes have a nice couple silver contacts in them. And sometimes there's 2 in there, sometimes there's 3. But definitely the circuit breakers, beautiful piece of silver in there. Okay, so definitely, ladies and gentlemen, if you are the type that is saving up your silver, great place to find it. But please make sure, check if it works first, because that is definitely an alternative as well. And, you know, people are always looking for relay boxes and circuit breaker parts to use again. So hopefully you found that informative. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Tin Man out.